Hi everybody, I'm Deanna and this is Jesus is Calling. So if you've clicked on to the right place, and it's been a while. um, 2019, and I've heard a lot of people say this has not been a good year so far, and I have spent most of it sick, and even now today I'm coughing again. I got a scratchy throat. I hope I don't get where I can't talk again, but whatever. you know God never said life was going to be easy. It just seems odd. Right after my last video, I was doing my daily devotional, which brought me close to where in the Bible to where David slayed Goliath, and I hadn't read it in a while, so I decided to go ahead and read it. Now, before I read anything or do anything, like yeah, I always pray for wisdom and understanding and discernment. Um, and so, as I was reading it, I began to see it in a different light. Um, Not just that David, little Davy slew Goliath. That used to be a cartoon, but that he the grown men who had been there and were fighting in the army of the living God were afraid of Goliath. And along comes David, which is really pronounced David. We know that because of NCIS, Stephen David. Um, yeah, what he focuses on is not how big Goliath is or how strong Goliath is. He focuses on why is this person, you know, this heathen or whatever, coming up against the living God. And David focuses on what God has done for him in the past. And instead of looking at Goliath and going, oh, he's so big, I'm just a boy, what can I do? And what I got from that is that there have been so many things in my life, and I'm sure in the life of other people, that when you're going through it, you see no way through it. But after it's done, after whatever the situation is over with, you can look back and see and say, if it had not been for the grace of God, I would not have gotten through that. And that's what I think David did. He looked at Goliath like the lion and the bear that he had slain, and he said, well, if God helped me do that, God will get me through this and help me do this. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. Hope it makes sense to you. Um, I mean, everything this year has been like, remember when you went through this before? I used from 8th grade to the early 2000s. I got bronchitis every other year. If not, I would get it for several years in a row. And then I was like, God doesn't want me to have this. I mean, this is not the will of God. So, and then this year, I got bronchitis. First, I got a sinus infection, which is, I get a couple of those a year. I was developing that the last video I made. I was feeling pretty miserable, but the sinus infection and tickles. Anyway, uh, when I got over that, I developed bronchitis in a way I've never had it before. I mean, Lord have mercy, it took me out. Uh, I'm a wiggle worm. I don't like to be still. Something's got to be moving. And it put me on, I laid on a sofa for 2 days straight. And then the third day I thought I was okay. And I got up and cleaned the house and did a little exercise. And I was not okay. But then I thought about David and the lion and the bear and Goliath. And I was like, okay. Because I felt like I was going to die. I was like, okay, you've been here before many, many times. God always has brought you through it. So, and he did. He brought me through it eventually. It took a while. Um, and then I met a lady. I had the opportunity to help or try to help a little bit. Um, I had been in many abusive relationships. Um, and it's a pattern, because you don't think you deserve any better. So I walked out of the store one day, and there was a lady there, and she had a you know busted eye, and I knew. I mean, it's like your size speaks to you, and so I started talking to her, and then we took her to a friend's place, and I just I told her that she needed to realize her worth, especially her worth in God. But it was like being brought to a situation. I've been there before, and I'm gonna tell you, if not for the grace of God, I would never gotten through it, and the I'd probably be in prison because you hit me, I hit back. You hit me, I take a machete, and yeah. Anyway, but by the grace of God. So I tried to help her as best I could. And then I had a cancer scare. Another one, I think it was my fourth, but it turned out not to be cancer. I don't believe cancer is going to be a part of my life. I've always felt that deep down inside. Not in the way that people say. I don't think it's going to happen to me. I'm saying it's not part of my life journey. But still, when they call you, um, you know, even though deep down inside, you know, and as a person that I hear from Jesus, I've said that before. I'm not going to try to convince you. You can believe me or you can don't. I'll speak English one day, or you cannot. It's up to you. It's okay. But anyway, he kept telling me it's okay. It's okay. And I knew it was. And he said, I'll be there when you go back, and I'll be holding your right hand, which that's in the Bible in several places. Uh, so, it turned out okay. And it's just like, I feel like everything I've been brought to this year has reminded me of something in the past so far that Jesus that has already brought me through. And I know what I want to say is that, I mean, you need to live in the future because you can't live in the past. And Lord knows I wouldn't want to live in the past. Um, and that's why you need to live in the future. I'm sorry. You need to live in the present. Because you can't live in the past. And be focused on the future. But remember what God has already done for you in the past. Because you need to remember, because troubles don't stop. You have good times that may go for a while, and then it just seems like everything just gets, you know, and that's when you need to remember everything God has brought you through. Uh, if you, I know I usually quote verses or read something. If you want to read uh, about David and Goliath, it's in 1 Samuel chapter 17. Um, I'm going to ask you to, if you don't mind, pray for me. Uh, I need to be willing to do things and to do this. If I can't talk, if my voice is, cuts in and out, I can't do this. Um, and I I really feel like I'm called to do this. If I didn't, I I wouldn't bother. Um, and I want to ask you, I should have done this at the beginning because I don't know how many people watch till the end, but please give a thumbs up to the video if you like it, and subscribe. Hit that little bell for notifications, and share the video around. I thank you, and I love you all, and God willing, I will not take 2.5 months to get back here. All right. Y'all have a good day. Bye.